Aloha, my beautiful human beings. My name is Krista Ralaxmidetten and coming to you from beautiful Florida today. I call myself a holistic wellness coach and also an inner alchemist because I really love to help people to balance, reset, and heal their beautiful body, mind, and spirit. And today I am welcoming you to this beautiful adventure with numbers and messages of February 2024. If you haven't yet watched the video of January of this year, I will link the video down below so you can also do that. And how I do it, usually I look at the numbers of the month. In the end, we will also take a couple of cards and my magic question. And at times, I also flow with some other messages which may pop up energetically. So I myself have actually worked with self-development and on deeper inner and invisible stuff for, we could say 25 plus years for now internationally. So it has been an absolutely amazing journey, at times also challenging, but this is part of, living on this planet of polarities experience, right? So usually, how do I like to look at the numbers is I take the number of the year, which right now is 8, and you can go back to the January video if you don't know what all of the numbers mean, because I took the whole 2024 apart there. And I usually then add the number of the month to the number of the year, and then also explain what that means. But before I jump into this month's numerology, I want to also share with you how my numerology is maybe a little bit different than the regular numerology. So my numerology is mixed with lots of of the traditional numerology as well, but I have added new time energy information as well, new time, dimensions as well, different energy phases like indigo, crystal, golden. And I wanted to show you one beautiful picture here where you can see these different chakras and stuff. So this is what I base very many of the numbers as well. So as you get more familiar with me going through the numbers, you'll probably start to get a better picture. And I also am open for numerology readings if anyone wants to know, oh, how is my year going to be? As well, do a group class if you have a group of people interested. That can be done online or in person as well. So with the numbers, it's always very interesting. Whatever you want to know about your numbers is, you kind of put them all together, you get it down to one number, and that one number will tell you the story. You can also put together letters. So this is the more traditional way of working with numbers. And in general, numbers are talking to us all the time, every day, in so many ways. And sadly, many of us don't really listen and pay attention. So in February's case, we have number 8 of the year, 2024, and then we add number 2. So out of the new time numerology, 2 is the number of the balance of the masculine and feminine. It's also the number of, invisible and visible. So in order to manifest, you have to have both of these worlds basically work together and also build a bridge between them too. And many people also, they don't even know how to do that, or they don't do it consciously. So here we talk about also, it's the unity, it's also receptive energy activated, and it's also a lot more of that yin feminine energy. And the planet which is actually influencing number 2 is planet Moon. And Moon, as you know, is all about phases, tides, And the moon phases are, growing and descending. So in life as well, it's a good point to kind of think like, okay, where in life am I right now? Am I descending or ascending? Like what's going on, Number two is also reminding us togetherness. It is also reminding us how important it is to share, how important it is to have relationships, whether it's with yourself or others. It's also reminding us about teamwork. Even though in the new energy, teamwork is more like kind of like number three, like everything coming together, co-creating, and so on. So when we talk about like the negative side of number two, there can be indecision, shyness, unable to come to conclusions, or lots of kind of like changing all the time and difficult to please as a person who has lots of that number in their chart as well. So number two is a really important number from the new time energy perspective, because this is the balance. We have two legs, we have two arms, we have two eyes, we have two ears, everything it comes like in twos, So if you want to have balance in your life, always try to have, even in your, apartment or home, if you buy just like, one little tiny, thing to beautify your home, it's better actually to have two, like according to Feng Shui, but in numbers game as well. So number two is so much about balance as well. So look into your life and think like, where else in your life do you need balance and how? So how can you balance it out more? Also, when we talk about the yin and yang energy, so do you need more of the feminine energy, softness, flow, or do you need more of productive and kind of creation energy? Which one is like kind of needing more attention? So then we put together 2 plus 8, and it's together, it's 10. And 10 in the new energy, I call this like a jackpot number. One is actually standing in your power, getting to know who you are, setting your boundaries, and really being that individual, that unique you, who you are here to be. And 0 is the number of the emptiness, going into that unknown, where basically our inner divine feminine always needs more, inspiration and ideas and so on. So, shortly put, 1 and 0 is a very powerful number. So it amplifies all the numbers and energies for February. It makes everything possible. So if January wasn't yet your month, then, February can be the month where, everything gets amplified and stronger. And I would really recommend each one of us to also kind of go deeper and also observe, how are you thinking, how are you talking, how and what action you are taking, because all the manifestation starts with the invisible. So whether it's your thoughts or words, it's helping things into this reality. And to be really conscious, like what frequency and vibration you are also adding to your thoughts and words and also action, is very, very crucial if you want that jackpot number start to work for you. And jackpot number may also mean that maybe this month is something to do with also jackpots, like what jackpots can you have this month in your life, Wouldn't that be really cool to win a jackpot of some kind? And then even, dream big, like think about it, like, wow, if I would win that jackpot, what would I do? What would be the first things I would do? And what number 10 is also inviting us to do is to actually dream big, like so big that you can't almost like, fit it into a word or picture, or like, between the covers in a way. So it is really, really big, really wild, and wide as well. So kind of go crazy with that, you know. I encourage you to dream really crazy and wild, because when you do that, you actually start to feed your whole body, mind, and spirit to maybe create bigger, create differently, and, you know, in a different way. So really put that into action. So number two, when I add a couple of other things here, it's also about duality. So as we are on the planet of polarization, so it also reminds of that darkness and light energy as well. It can also push to the surface a little bit of confrontation and sometimes opposition. And on the bottom level, in the source code of number two, we actually have the energy which is really finding and looking for union, you know, unification. So it's really, really cool. Also now, each number has their lucky gemstone, and number two has white pearls and moonstone, as it's also a moon number, you know. So lucky colors are light white colors and cream. So very interesting. So how you can use those is, you know, if you have pearls, maybe you can, you know, wear pearls or have one in your pocket. If you have a moonstone, also maybe wear one. So this is a way to enhance the number energy of this month, you know. So adding to number one is also a power energy, individual energy, and this is the yang energy. There's like more masculine productivity energy. And number one is actually a sun energy. So if two is the moon, number one is the sun. So the masculine energy is also connected to the sun energy. So sun is the masculine and feminine is the moon. So they're kind of also kind of standing next to each other here, right? And number one is also so much reminding us about independence, like where in our life do we need more independence? Where do we need to take a little bit more leadership role, you know? Where do we need to be more direct, you know? And also how to bring more to the surface that unique self as we are, and where are the areas where we should maybe be a little bit more flexible. So when number one is in that like negative energy, it can go more into that introvert energy, isolation, and sometimes also not wanting to, you know, interact with others, and sometimes also a little bit like dominant energy. So kind of be aware that there is the shadow side to number one. So maybe kind of pay attention on that level. But as well, number one is always new beginnings. So where in your life do you need more new beginnings? What would you like to change? Is there anything in your life what you are hating right now? And if there is, I would recommend you to really write it down and burn it. And then write to the other paper everything you would like to bring into your life, what you would love. And then repeat that one every day if you can, when you wake up, and then before you go to bed. As you know, your subconscious is really ready to all kinds of like, you know, beautiful messages that time. So it's also activating our creativity and potential, and helps to reconnect to the creator, whether it's God or whatever you are believing in. And it's also, its gemstone is diamond, and the color is gold or yellow or bronze. So these are the ways you can also, you know, support it in a very nice way. So now, as in number one video, I was sharing with you, how can you also do your own, you know, yearly, month-to-month numerology as well, is, you know, so you take your life path number, which is you put together all of your birth date and then your birth month and your birth year. So you total that to one number. And then you see like, okay, what's the number of the year, and then you can get like a whole year number or year energy, which I shared with you in my case is number 7. So really powerful kind of energy, still, reminding me to build, foundations and get these things going. And another way then to do it is now, as you know, I have the life path number, and then I also have the number of the, month. I put them together, and that's the way how I came to number 10. So depending on what is your, life path number, you can put your life path number plus 2, and then it gives you this month's number and this month's like energy, kind of like a character of the month. And one other thing I wanted to mention, which is really kind of makes sense now, is that number 8 is really opportunity and success number. And it is planet-wise guided by planet Uranus. And Uranus is very kind of like, wants new things, like wants to shake things into that new level. And Uranus, it can be sometimes a little rough and also kind of rough around the edges, and can really like kind of, kick you to that next level or shake you out of this, like wherever stuff you have been stuck, it can really kind of take like a little bit hardcore measures if you haven't done anything yourself. But it is really supportive to the new, like new things, new moves, new like kind of beginnings. So it's really, really amazing if you consciously kind of notice this, observe this, and it's really helping you that way as well. And number 8 is the gemstone is actually rose quartz, and it has like different kind of like colors of red can support you. So if you take the number 8 of this year, so rose quartz can really help us all to really open up more of our hearts and connect to our love to ourselves, love to others. And then of course, with all of the 8 comes also the air element, which is all about the divine feminine, right? So I would add one other thing here. Let me see. I made a note about that. So, but now I can't find it. So I think it comes through the messages here. Yeah. So I took also a card for this month from Osho Zen Tarot cards. And what came up was this beautiful traveling card, number 8 as well. So we have, again, the air element, but we also have a beautiful kind of like a mountain path going up towards the sky, towards the sun, So we have the mountain, which is also when we are on top of a mountain, it is the air element. And then we have the 8 as an air element already. But as you see, the card itself has lots of like, red colors. 8 itself here is also actually connected to the fire and the passion energy. And you can see there is a person kind of heading up towards the mountain, and it's kind of a little bit foggy. You may not see like the whole path, like how to go. You may need to focus like step by step, and then it will take you to that next level. So it is so much to do also with our passions, as I was talking about the life mission and life purposes in the last video. So I would recommend you to go back and check that one out, because I explained it pretty simply and neatly. And it is also a little extra maybe homework for you. What is it you enjoy doing so much that time disappears? And maybe this is something you need to bring in this month, to do more of that. Because as you see, I take the crystal card, which also actually has elements. And surprise, surprise, we have the fire element. So passionate, creation, travel, courage. So even if the travel is just, in your state or in your area, it doesn't need to be much. It's just like to get out, and passionate. So what is, really igniting your passion? Is it creation, something creativity wise? And then courage also. Maybe you need to be courageous about something. And when you are, that really kind of, ignites your fire. And the card itself has a beautiful picture of a fire. So maybe sometimes also you just need to make fire and just sit, around it and enjoy it. So see what's possible with that passion and fire element, because it wouldn't have come up otherwise. And then I have my magic question from my magic bag. And the question is, what are the qualities of my being which can bring the most value and change to this world? And you see the number here is 4 and 1. 4 is, as you know already from the previous one, this is a beautiful number of creation and can even be business. And then it's also building up to that next level, which is 5, which is huge transformation. Usually number 4 is also kind of like a waiting room before things will happen. And 1, again, as we already mentioned here, standing in your power, becoming the unique you. Together, 4 plus 1 is 5, the transformation we were just talking about. And when we talk about 5, 5 has the number, the element is actually fire, which we just talked about, right? So it all beautifully, again, once again, comes together. So now the question is, what are the qualities of my being which can bring the most value and change to this world? So my recommendation is to really listen and ask this question daily for the next 30 days during the month of February, and see what pops up, because many of the qualities what you have, you don't even know that how they can actually bring more value. Yesterday, we were watching one really beautiful historical movie with my husband, and it brought me an idea. I've never really thought about it like this way, which can actually add massive value to this world, which has a potential to turn into like this beautiful new thing, and change this world. So sometimes it is as simple as watching a movie and getting an idea and, going deeper like that. So easy as that, what are the qualities of my being which can bring the most value and change to this world? So what this question is also suggesting is that you don't need to think all the time like, how can I make money? Sometimes the question is the key to create more abundance, or bring those opportunities or new journeys, new traveling, as this one came up, So if traveling is not going to manifest this month, look into this, like, how can I bring an amazing journey into my life this year, and what are the possibilities here? So because traveling as an energy came through here very various ways. So very cool. So I hope you got some inspiration and some ideas for this month. And if you don't know who I am or what I'm doing, so check out all the possibilities below this video. Right now, I'm activating a really, really cool new thing called the Transformation Year, where someone can come in and for the 12 months go through body, mind, spirit healing and reset on a very deep and very powerful way. So if you have any questions or you want any other readings, card readings, numerology, mermaid divination, all of that information will be down below. Let me know. And also, if you have at least 5 people who would get benefit from this video, don't hesitate to share, because when you share, you care. So thank you so much, and see you soon until March with the numbers for March. So enjoy. Lots of aloha. Bye.